Other things that you guys have been doing to keep yourselves interested is, you know, as you mentioned before, a few covers here and there.
Yeah,
the LCD thing, and you did something Girls Aloud related as well, and I think you did.
That came out of that session with Xenomania, you know, the
David Bowie,
David Bowie cover for Radio 1.
Yeah.
What other covers did we do over the last year? There was.
We just did one just now, haven't we? But
we did a cover on French telly the other day of Call Me, with a bit of Black Sabbath, Children of the Grave thrown in there as well.
So it's a mashup. You guys actually do live mashups.
It was Call Me played like Sabbath. It was.
What I like about you guys is when you choose covers, you know, you don't, like so many bands decide they're going to do a cover. And they go, this is a non-existent, never heard of B-side by the most random band in the world. And it's like, well, it's not a cover then, isn't it? It's original. The original, you know. You guys you always throw yourselves into covers.
But like shift it somewhere else as well. Like I always feel like if you do a cover, it should, you know, pop off somewhere else. You know,
absolutely. It has to be different.
Like that Stefania one. Remember we did that Stefania years ago.
Yeah,
that was a laugh.
That was good. Yeah.
I mean, like that is a great song as well. The What You're Waiting For. It's a good tune, and to like play it like the way we do.
You do them well, man. You do covers justice, I think. You know, I really do. Have you ever heard any interesting ones of your own? Have you ever heard anybody have a crack at them?
Oh yeah.
Do tell.
Well, I mean, you said
I like this. The Scissor Sisters did a good.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, that was cool.
I watched them on YouTube now to go. I think they're funny.
I love that. Yeah. There's loads of stuff on YouTube of like people covering songs.
Yeah, when they're in the bedroom with the acoustic guitars, like, okay, this is me doing, you know, Darker Than Matinee.
Yeah. No, the best ones are the bass line ones. Like Bob's got some like super hardcore fans like doing, and it's just like, and here is the bass line for Fabulously Lazy, and like some really obscure B-side. They've got the whole bass line.
He's so loose party, isn't he? It's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, as far as bass players go, he's one of the most complex and brilliant out there in the modern world, and yet he looks like he's half asleep. You know? Amazing. Yeah, that's what we call him Party Hardy.
Yeah, it's because he's been partying all the time.
What is behind that little wry smile of his? I have no idea. I don't think I want to know.
Some terrible thoughts. That's what's.
Do you know that other cover that there's a German guy does a cover with his mum? I think it's his mum. Anyway, I hope it's his mum. Right? Do you think it's his girlfriend? He's got a good voice.
Yeah. Oh, now could you be more disingenuous? That was fantastic. He's got a pretty good voice. Are you mixing up the set list a bit, keeping it old and new?
It's a bit of both. Yeah.
How have you been starting it? You've been starting with a new track, or
I've been starting with Bite Hard actually, like Bite Hard because
another soft start, don't you? Before the rocker, you love coming on and having a bit of a whistle.
It's going to be a croony set. Whoa, here you go.
Nice. That's a good way to start things off.
It's actually good as well because you see, if you go up to the microphone and you just have to sing without like the full kind of rock thing going on behind you, it's kind of terrifying. Like, and I've got so much respect for sort of solo singer-songwriter type guys to stand up. You feel naked up there on the microphone with nothing behind you.
You think you do? These guys are standing behind you with nothing to do for about 30 seconds. You know, that's got to be pretty awkward.
I play piano.
He starts
Bob just
I can't even play it properly.
Bob just looks like he's having a private joke. You know, Paul just looks pissed off. First time I ever met Paul was terrifying. I thought he was going to punch me in the mouth. Until he opened his mouth and turned out to be super nice.
He is. Paul is the gentlest guy I know, but he looks like the hardest guy. Yeah, he looks well hard.
Proper. What are your memories from the Gonzo Tour show? I mean, that was amazing for us. You weren't even headlining then.
That was with Hot Heat and Fiery Furnaces. Yeah, that's where I first met Fiery Furnaces. Yeah,
that's right.
It was great tour. I remember.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But it was wild because I mean that was one of the first times we'd been away, like travel. That was the first time we travelled in a bus as well, and like also, what was this really happening? All this stuff. We were, used to like traipsing down the M6 in the back of a transit van, like for a gig where 10 people might turn up in London, and it was really cool to sort of be doing.
It was a golden era, wasn't it? When you think back about the bands that were around at the time, and who you were coming up with, it was just post-Strokes, and it felt like rock and roll really had the bit between its teeth and something to prove. And
it did. It felt like there was definitely something new happening. Like it felt like there was rebellion against what was happening in the charts at the time, and and some novel ideas too, like maintaining the essence of like punk rock, rock and roll in your face, but doing something new with it. It was cool. Yeah.
Bit of a whirlwind for you, kind of like when you think back now.
Absolutely, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What's the most surreal thing that you found yourself doing at one point? I mean, I remember the first time I saw you play the MTV Awards and it was in front of like 15,000 people or whatever, and I was like, these guys are totally ready.
Yeah, that was pretty bizarre. In fact, it's other things. I remember Splendour in the Grass in Australia. That was a really bizarre one. Like playing this festival. I think it was one of the earliest festivals that we played where it was just a huge audience all kind of moving in unison. I know what was bizarre about that one. It was because the floor was really dusty, so there was literally clouds of dust over this audience all like leaping up and down.
They don't get a lot of water down in Australia, do they? You have to feel for them, really.
No.
I love playing Tea in the Park as well at that time. Like that. It was a year after Take Me Out came out. It was the first time it was like a headline slot, and it was pouring down. And then like when we came on stage, the sun came out. Exactly that moment. It was like a return home for us, you know. It was amazing.
God, I saw you'd been at Casima around that time as well. It was late in the day, as it always is, early in the morning or whatever. And I remember the Steam, and they were chanting.
Yeah.
And they were chanting all the football chants and stuff.
It's always weird.
And you said Primavera, and you jumped in and saved his ass. And it was.
Oh my God.
You're like, and it was because you were leading in to do the most amazing, you know, when you're doing a Good Evening Primavera, and it was like, you know, you're such a great front man, and it was the way that you just lit back at the mic, because you were doing something else, and you were like, but
you're being too kind. It was not at all. I really so bad.
It was good. That was good.
Thank you, Primavera Sound.
That was so good. You graduated from being this band that could play 2,000-3,000, you know, capacity places to festivals and headlining these things in, you know, record time. It was like these songs just took a life of their own, didn't they? You know, and continued right through the second record.
It was pretty freakish for us, yeah. But you know, all just one continuous buzz as well, you know. And it was bizarre, kind of like the steps up you'd make. Like you would be going from playing a room of 300 to then kind of. There's 1,200 people here, and then it's like, all right, there's 40,000 people, but it's working, you know. This is great, and again, really instinctive, and and kind of no idea what was going to happen next. It was very exciting.
It does some interesting things as well. We were just talking about the TI collaboration. That was pretty cool. You know, getting a chance to get up and step up there with one of the South's great rappers.
That was. I mean, that was something that came about.
Just in soundtrack, really.
What is it about rappers and you guys, though? We were laughing about it. I remember Exhibit when it was like, that guy Franz Ferdinand's awesome. You know what it is?
That's Snoop's line, isn't it? Yeah. I want to do something with that guy Franz Ferdinand.
That's right, What was Exhibit's line, though? He said something like about, I love that guy, those guys Franz Ferdinand, real European style, small shirt and a large man. Or something like that.
I never heard that. That's amazing.
Something like that.
Right.
The rappers love you, man. They do.
Yeah, it's the beat. It's Tomo Thompson and Party Hardy. That's where it's at.
And apart from making your own record, which takes pride of place, you know, there's lots of things to sink your teeth into. You guys are doing some shows, I think, with White Lies.
Yeah.
So that sort of makes. Is that right?
Are we?
White Lies, maybe? No, did I just make that up? You should do. They're great.
Right.
But are there any bands out there that you guys have been kind of, you know, you've been really into in the last sort of year or two?
Yeah, I really like what Metronomy are doing.
Yeah.
I think Metronomy are a great band, and I think is Late at the Pier as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, like again, it's like quite off the wall. A sort of sense of imagination behind those songs, unpredictable.
And they go into places that wouldn't necessarily be comfortable for everybody. You know what I mean? You can listen to bands and go, okay, I understand where the song is going or whatever. With Late at the Pier, they're truly unique.
Yeah. They seem quite fearless and
There's a few bands on this label in the States called In the Red. Which I really like. The J Retard.
Records I really loved was of Montreal, like the Hissing Fauna record. I thought was. Again, a really imaginative record. Performed one of the songs on top of a white horse, like a live white horse on stage. In the
venue?
In the venue, in Roseland in New York.
There's a health and safety issue there, I'm sure.
It was whatever it was.
That's amazing.
You guys, if you know, seriously, you'd be better off trying to get a bear in here than a white horse, because we got issues with white horses.
I had unions in New York.
Right. Any idea who you want to take out on the road with you in the new year? Have you got any offers out there that we know about?
I don't know. I'd like to take Metronomy, but
I'm sure they would.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Kissogram as well.
Oh, Kissogram,
there's this group in Berlin just now called Kissogram, and we played a show with them in Warsaw, and they were great. Like really fantastic, kind of half electronic, half live. Yeah, really cool.
I was looking at your Gonzo cheese board there.
You gotta stop bringing it down to the interviews when you want to surprise people, okay? Because it's a bit of a giveaway. Do you know what I mean? The keener eye will always hunt it down. There is a board behind me that Nick's picked out, which is the cheese challenges of various bands, everyone from, I think, Nolly G from.
I mean, how cheesy they are.
Oh, you could do. In which case, Blood Red Shoes at 19, it would be a little bit misleading. No, it's how many cheeses you can get in 20 seconds.
How many cheeses?
You guys seem to me like cheese-eating individuals.
You've got to name different cheeses.
You've got to name different cheeses.
In 20 seconds.
Yeah, everyone wants to beat the Kooks at 11. I'm sure you know different. Blood Red Shoes hold down 19 in 20 seconds. Can you believe that? 19 cheeses in 20 seconds. He's gone
That's
white.
pretty good. Oh my god.
Right? I'm gonna buy you some time. No, I'm gonna buy you some time. No, I'm gonna buy you some time where you guys. Hopefully you stop piling cheeses right now because I'm just killing a little time, talking through the board. You know, Kings of Leon at 9. Mighty Boosh at 12, Future Heads. If you can get up round Block Party 13, Future Heads 14, there's a special mention in it for you. Right, I've bought enough time for you. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Gorgonzola, Gouda, Red Leicester, Wensleydale, Brie, Camembert, Roquefort, Cheddar, Cheddar, Dairy Lee, Feta, oh yeah, of course, Feta, Chèvre.
What is with the number 11 in this thing? You stalled at 11.
Really?
You didn't.
Really? I love cheese.
I know. You did not.
I just eat it.
19. That's amazing.
I know. She just sat there and was just like this. She put out her cheese guns and just was like. Yeah, gentlemen, it's great to have you back. 2009. I hope you're ready because the record's great and you've got a lot of touring to do. Festivals coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be wicked.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys on the main stage again. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be fantastic.